Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As promised, today's video is going to be all about Disney Professional Internships and the application process. So the way that I found my Disney Professional Internship was actually so lucky. I had no idea that Disney Professional Internships even existed. I was honestly just Googling marine mammal internships or training internships, and I found this on Indeed. So I got really lucky, but all of the professional internships are listed on the Disney career page, so I'll put a link to that page in the description. So like I said in my first video, there are two different type of internship things that Disney does. So there's the college program and there are Disney Professional Internships. Now, as the name suggests, the internships are a little bit more professional than the college program, and you have more of a specified direction. The college program, you're not guaranteed to do what you want to do, and there's only a limited amount of jobs that they have CPs do. So the internships are nice because they're very specific, and if you really want to get into something in your field right away, this is a perfect way to try and do so. I actually applied for about 6 or 7 Disney Professional Internships, and I was going to apply for the college program as well because so many people, literally almost everyone that I saw posting about being a first-time applicant, so many people said that nobody gets a professional internship on their first try. So I just want to say right now that if this is your first time applying for Disney Professional Internships and you have also heard that you're not going to get one because this is your first time applying, I just want to let you know that is absolutely false. It has nothing to do with whether it's your first time applying or not. It has everything to do with what your resume looks like, what kind of experience you have, how you interview, all of those things. So anyone who's telling you you're not gonna get one, don't get your hopes up, they're a hater, because I never applied for a Disney Professional Internship before, and here I am. So screw the haters, do your thing, go for it, because what do you have to lose? But anyway, we're gonna dial it back for a minute and jump back to the application process. So I will say that if this is your first time applying for Disney Professional Internships, oh my gosh, it is stressful. If you're feeling overwhelmed about these applications and waiting to hear back and interviewing, I do not blame you. I lost my mind the entire time I was waiting to hear anything back from anyone. I had no idea what was going on because I had never been through it before, which I think is the reason that so many people say you won't get one on your first try. Because applying for jobs and going into the real world, that's stressful and it's scary and it's new to some people. Hardly anyone tries something new and is great at it right away. So many things take practice, and it's the same thing with applications and interviewing. It takes practice. I update my resume almost every single time I look at it. So it's overwhelming and crazy. But I don't want to discourage anyone from this because this is such an amazing experience. The way that it works is that you do an online application, and it says it's going to take about 15 minutes, but it actually only takes about 5 because, especially if you apply for more than one, because it saves all your information and you don't have to retype it. So the online application, basically they ask for your name and your address, and then they ask you to put in your education and work experience, and it'll save that. So if you apply for another one, then you don't have to put it in again. And then you answer some relevant questions and upload your resume, sign a thing, and you're good to go. It's really, the online application is easy. But the important part about it is your resume. Because before anybody even looks at your resume or your application, they have a computer system that will go through and make sure that you have relevant words in your resume. So for example, if you're applying for animal husbandry and you don't have the word animal or the word husbandry in your resume, then they're gonna decline you right away. So what that looks like is you'll get either an email, sometimes you don't even get an email, you just have to keep checking your dashboard. And if your dashboard says NLIC, that means no longer in consideration. Now, if you think you have all of the qualifications for the position that you applied for and you're like, why the heck did I get NLIC'd? Email them, because if you don't put yourself out there and ask those questions, then you're never gonna know, and maybe this job is perfect for you and you didn't get it because you didn't ask why. But if you don't get NLIC'd and your resume is good and the computer put you through, the next thing that you're going to see is, well, it's application received, under review, in consideration, interview, and offer. So it usually just skips application received because they obviously received it, and it'll just go to under review or in consideration. So I had a couple that went to step 2, which is under review, and then I had a couple that skipped step 2 altogether and went into consideration. Both of those mean that you're probably gonna get a phone screen, which is basically an interview over the phone. So for me, I submitted my application on August 25th, and I didn't get an email to schedule a phone screen until September 4th. So that was 11 days in between. And then I had my phone screen, and I thought it was so terrible. Like, people were saying, oh yeah, I was on the phone for like 11 to 15 minutes. One of my phone screens was 3 minutes long. But then on December 9th, I got an email that they wanted to interview me. So that's called a blue jeans. At that point, I was still in consideration. So somebody from the marine mammals team emailed me, and they were like, hey, we'd love to set up a blue jeans with you. And blue jeans is basically just Disney's Skype. So it was a web-based interview, a video chat. That was a month long, 34 days in between my phone screen and my web interview. So as you can tell, this is a very, very long process, and you don't know what the heck is going on basically the entire time. My web-based interview was so bad, they couldn't hear me. Like, when she video chatted me, I was talking and she was like, hey, we don't have sound. And I was like, and she was like, no, I literally don't know what you're saying. So she had to call me on the phone, and I was literally so nervous and overwhelmed. I kept the volume on my computer and also on my phone, so there was like feedback going on, and every time she asked me a question, it was like I heard it in 2 different places. So I was like, oh my God, what is she saying? Like, it was really terrible. But obviously it wasn't as terrible as I thought it was, because here I am in Orlando working with marine mammals. So after my interview, it took another 17 days for me to actually get an offer. And that was amazing also, because some people were getting emails that said like, hey, we'd love to chat with you. Can we set up a 5-minute phone call? So I was looking out for an email. But I also heard that you could just get a call from like an unknown number, and that could be like your offer. So my phone was nowhere near me, but I had my watch on, my Apple Watch, and it started buzzing and it said like number unknown. So I picked it up, and it was the recruiter, and she was like, hey, do you accept this offer? And like, I literally could not even answer. I just started like bawling. So that was in like December, and the internship didn't start until January. So the entire application process, from the time that I applied until the time that I got an offer, took 62 days. So over 2 months. And then after that, they send you an email that you officially accept your offer, but after that you literally don't hear anything from them. So it didn't feel real to me. Like, I was making all these plans, like finding a place to live and like renting an apartment, and I was like, do I really even have this job? Like, it just didn't feel real to me because there's no contact, and I didn't start for another 2.5, 3 months. So overall, I waited like a good 4 months to start this position from the time that I applied. So that was my application story. If you have any questions about your resume, what it should look like, the experiences that you're having like right now, like your field experience or your work experience, and if they're relevant enough, comment below or send me an email or something. I would love to answer any questions that you have. Please don't hesitate to ask me. I love helping people and would love to help you in your Disney Professional Internship application process hell, because that's what it was for me. So if I can make your life easier, then definitely comment below. And also, if you thought this video was funny or if it helped you out in any way, please, please, please subscribe, because I'm definitely going to be posting more about Disney Professional Internships and experiences and everything like that. So hit that button.